Plus, what is going on? My name is Haka-san.
What's up, Super Crow, Stacy-san? Good to see you all back yet again.
Time for the Moon Knight, episode 4.
4, yes.
4. Maybe we'll get that third personality to reveal himself.
I still think
Jake.
that we've gotten him.
Jake, we've gotten him already?
I feel like
we've seen him already?
Yeah, so I was having a hard time remembering
I know
the
we've
character's
seen him
name.
do some stuff, yeah.
Jake Lockley.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like we've seen like glimpses of the character or hints of him. Because like we were talking about last time, it's like Steven getting postcards and stuff like that. You know, Mark doesn't seem like he would really be doing that kind of thing. Like he's more mission oriented.
I agree.
And Jake, given in the comic books, he's kind of a bit abrasive. He's kind of comes off as kind of like an asshole. Excuse language. I still think that it may be his character that's doing that to try and keep up the appearances.
Okay.
And like Jake also kind of likes to mix things up a bit, cause a little trouble, so to speak. So I can see him setting up Steven on a date that Steven's obviously not prepared for because he's not vegan. I mean, because he's vegan. Instead of going to a steak place, you know, little things like that. Maybe. And because if it's Mark wouldn't set Steven up like that.
I wonder if one episode we're going to see like a recap of everything that Jake was doing where it all sort of comes together.
Like almost from a third perspective.
Right. So now we're trying to figure out, well, now we're going to see what's up with Khonshu. You know, he's
Khonshu being stoned.
Yep, he's stoned. He's totally stoned right now.
He's getting stoned out.
He's totally stoned.
Totally. He's stoned. Our hero has been stripped of his powers, which we kind of figured would happen. Because it usually happens. You either strip them of their wealth or whatever power they've been imbued was basically the same.
True.
His wife being there to help him out. So that'll be kind of like a spy. It feels almost like a spy movie.
You
spy
think
TV
Mark?
show.
You think Mark is actually going to come to Khonshu's rescue?
Will
it be Mark
reluctantly?
Yeah,
he might.
Right.
And like I said, it could be something along the lines. If it's a trope type style, his wife is in danger of dying, so he gets Khonshu to save her life.
I see.
Yeah, where it's like he's got to.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see without Khonshu around what's going to happen, and then also does that mean that Steven and all of them are their powers stripped as well? You know, like the Moon Knight's powers.
That's a good question.
Right.
Like Khonshu's powers being fragmented between the three personalities. That'd be interesting. My feeling is they would all be stripped because it's still the same body, but they all have their strengths and weaknesses.
Because
like
the
Mark
powers
is
come
still
from Khonshu, right?
Right.
So
and Mark was still in the service and also a mercenary, so he should still have those skills. He just can't heal, and he doesn't have the enhanced abilities, so to speak.
Correct.
So he still should be able to take care of himself. Steven, he is what it is. And then Jake, I'm not sure what kind of personality they'll have with him, if they fully introduce him or not.
Right, because that's a good question. Maybe this is why Jake will be introduced, or he'll be in this episode, because that personality may be more dominant afterwards because of the fact that Khonshu's not around.
Right. So Mark
because
Mark doesn't have the control anymore.
And he seems to be the one with the most violent tendencies on top of that, you know?
Yeah.
Whenever Steven or Mark come back in, they're like, yo, what just
happened
here? Yeah. Blood everywhere.
And it's rough, especially if you got Mark actually standing there like, what did I just do?
Correct.
With no recollection.
Correct.
Now, there's a small question that I have for you. Dealing with her father and them leading into, you know, who killed her father. Right. Do you think it was Jake and not Mark, but Mark knows? And Mark doesn't have the heart to tell her?
Oh God, no way, no.
Like you really want to mess it up,
right?
Because like even in the books, Jake is the one that ends up having spoiler if you haven't read the old comic books. Okay, Jake's the one that ends up having a child with another woman.
Oh Jesus!
While Mark is still married.
Oh my!
Jerry Springer on crack.
Okay, well.
So if you really want to mess up Mark's life, you could do that. Jake is like, okay, you won't give me control, or you won't give me what I want.
Well, you know, when you're dealing with different locations like that, you know what? Probably the best thing they need? A VPN. Like Atlas VPN is making it available right now. They have a campaign, guys. $1.99 a month for 3 years. If you have a split personality, just like our friends Mark, Jake, and Steven with a V, Atlas VPN could definitely help you out because, you know, it's different regions. You can, whenever you feel like it, you're like, hey, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be in this area. Boom.
Switch
now
over.
I'm using a
Split your
Los
viewing.
Angeles. Yep. I'm using a Los Angeles VPN. You get an all new Netflix, right? You don't like that anymore? Hey, now I'm Steven. I'm over here in the UK. I have a London IP, and you can get
that
Netflix.
was his British accent.
Yeah,
right?
you know. Yeah, I'm not as good, but you know, Atlas VPN is definitely better at that.
That, and you can end up seeing like some of your favorite news outlets that you may not be able to get access to because of where you're at.
Yeah.
So not just for streaming of shows and movies, but also for news and things of that importance.
And unlike, you know, what happened with Khonshu getting stoned essentially by his other gods, Atlas VPN is great at stopping ads, malware, all that other stuff. You know, you're not going to end up like Khonshu. You don't have to worry. It's safe, and it protects you and your valuable treasures. See what I did there?
Yes.
Yeah.
All three of those points.
And just like last episode, when you get your hands and you can go thousands of years back in time, Atlas VPN has blazing speeds as well. It doesn't throttle your system like other VPNs sometimes do. And, you know, I think that's very important as well, you know.
I have a question. Can you use it on different devices, or is it just computer-based?
Absolutely.
No. Device?
That's one of the best parts. So you can use it on your smartphone, your iMac, your gun, you know, anything that there's internet, the VPN works. Guns have internet. Some of them do.
Okay.
Smart guns. Yeah. So you
I'm
didn't
gonna
know.
leave that there.
Yeah, that's a cyberpunk thing, you know. I'm just.
Yeah.
It's the new stuff. Gang, gang, gang. Anyways, so guys, just make sure you check it out. 3 years, $199 special campaign, 82% off. I'll leave a link in the description below. Tell them Akasan sent you, and that's that. Full reaction is available on Patreon for the Moon Knight. Let's make it right. It starts now. You know the funniest meme? Right here, when I saw the funniest meme where they were holding him and they were like, "Save Natasha."
Oh, that's messed up.
He's like, "Huh?"
He's like, "Who?"
Yeah, like.
I think over time they just gave up on humanity, kind of thing.
Or imprisoned them.
And
it looks like those are a lot of the gods. I think that's why a lot of them weren't present at the table.
Because remember, there was supposed to be 9.
Right.
Right? But at least, 5 showed up.
Right.
She can throw the other flare in the back. You didn't see that coming?
That's how ammunition works, yeah.
If it's hot enough, it'll explode.
So, yeah.
It's just you and me and the open road.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go on foot from here.
All right.
I seriously thought someone was singing. It was like, what?
The merchant at the front.
Oh, look.
Would you like to buy some goods? Yeah. Yeah, fellow tarnished. We are maidens. Oh my god, that's a goat.
I've been in situations like this before. So have I.
You have.
It's the same body, isn't it?
Good
It's in
point.
there somewhere. Muscle memory in that. Yeah, I'm not sure it works that way. Just, she's got my back. Oh, you in love? Are you in
Yeah.
love with my wife? I appreciate your concern, mate.
Oh
Blood?
shit. Oh shit. What? Somebody got cleaved up.
Yeah, someone definitely.
Not the same guy that was licking stuff.
I have to say, I feel like I've been waiting for this my whole life. The adventure.
Ew.
The timing was.
What we never had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mark's trying to protect you from Khonshu. That's why he's been pushing you away.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because I have a raging boner.
I know. I just thought you deserved to know.
What? Now you do it? Okay. Ah!
Oh.
Nice. Nice. What do you think happened to everybody? They got sacrificed? Their essence was sucked in.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Stupid. Remember that movie Multiplicity where
Oh,
clones are having
goodness.
sex with the wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh.
Some people were sacrificed. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
One of the reanimated boys. Yeah, those are those members.
Oh, fuck. Mummification! Alright. Sacrifice.
At least he's using Tupperware.
Oh, God. I mean, it was clean.
I am liking this so much. Because, yeah. Ooh. Elden Ring feels.
You died. Something right in the middle.
From that
Right from
shadow.
the darkness. Hey.
Right? Oh, we were so right. Oh, hell no.
God. Oh, God. The tension here.
Pushed. Yeah. Saw that coming. Push him over. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. As there's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like 10 up.
Indy! No, but seriously, the way they shot that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really well done.
And her reaction afterwards, I love.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You.
Let me try something.
Open wide, started. Open wide, there you go.
Yeah, that's it. Get in there. Get in there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to the throat.
Was murdered by mercenaries.
Ah,
And no one knows who they were, do they?
because it was Mark.
You're saying that Mark was one of them?
Dun dun.
Nice.
Shoot
And the
you.
shopkeeper goes to us.
My partner got greedy and he executed everyone at the dig site.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa! Nice. Wow. Put some stank on it.
See, like falling through time.
7 years later.
You're Dr. Stephen Grant.
Oh.
Maybe so. But you've got pluck. Now let's
That's
see what
where
we
you
can
got
find on our friend here.
Oh, so interesting. Okay, so this is inside his head.
Everyone.
Yeah.
B22.
Cupcakes. The cupcakes from the
Yeah.
first episode. The greenery.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
A cone shoe.
The fish.
Yep.
Right, young man. Brakes are on.
It's been 5 times this week. It's a lot. Right. We won. We won.
Sounds like we've got a bingo.
I won.
We have a winner.
I'll share it with you this time, I swear.
Stephen.
Ooh, shit. Like the sleeping. And then the...
And that Moon Knight figure.
Yeah. And so this is Mark. So maybe Mark dies, but Steven...
See how his ankle is
Yeah.
shackled down like Steven's was?
And didn't you say that you worked for one?
And
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
But remember, you're only sedated because of your own behavior. And the effects will wear.
That's cool.
that is cool. And now I'm like freaked out.
How is this possible?
I don't know.
Oh, there's the third one. Oh, what? What?
Ooh.
That's how it ends. That's how it ends. All right, y'all. There you have it. It's the latest episode of Moon Knight. Yeah.
How many episodes are in the season?
I don't know.
6.
I hope we go to 8, but it might be. I'm kind of not really wanting to look it up at this point because
I don't
I'd
want to
rather be surprised. Like,
what
I've noticed is when I start to know what
how many episodes?
How many episodes? Then I start getting worried because then I'm like, wait, how are they gonna cover this?
Then you start overthinking.
Yeah, you start overthinking it, and then you just start having disappointment. So I'm going with the mentality that it's gonna be on forever and ever, or at least six or 8 episodes. You know, it's like either way because right now I'd be a little worried if it was 6 episodes. If it's confirmed 6 episodes, I'm a little worried because I'm like, well, I feel like we just started. If it's 8 episodes, I'm like, okay, cool. That I feel like that's fine. It's still comfortable to wrap a lot of this up in time. Like it seems like they're still going. So yeah.
Yeah, but if it's 6, they could also go in the direction of the next episode would be the reveal.
Okay.
Of Emmett.
Okay.
Or on the cusp of the actual reveal, like we get Harl's backstory or something of that nature.
Right.
We get Emmett, and then the last episode is like, all right, they're trying to figure a way out how to stop Emmett, and by the end of the episode, releasing Khonshu or
possibly. I'd rather not.
That kind of thing.
Right.
If they did that, I could see them going that route in 6 episodes.
I'd rather not write it out.
They have to.
I'll be disappointed.
Fight it, and then Emmett doesn't fully get shown to the last episode.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't like fan scribing or fan scripting because then you'll just ultimately be disappointed.
Well, not necessarily because I haven't been disappointed by any of the episodes yet.
No, in general, like when a lot of fans start writing their own sort of story, they're like, oh man, if it goes a different route, then they get disappointed. Then they say it's the worst season or season finale ever. Blah 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 blah. So I'm just fine with whatever they're throwing out because this is all kind of new to me anyway. So it's all
for me. I like it. I like that. The story seems like it's evolving, it's getting deeper, and not just for Mark, because a lot of times it's like it only gets to a certain point for the main protagonist and antagonist, and it's like, what about everybody in between?
Right.
Because then, when you have really thin or poorly written stories, those really strong supporting characters just disappear at the weirdest times. It's like, well, where were they? They were here through everything else, or you're starting to give us these breadcrumbs,
a lot of that happens,
but we don't have anything else to connect
but
them
it
with.
Seems like they've been
so there's been a good balance so far show wise. It's a good balance with everybody that we've met so far. They've left it to where there's enough, at least for me, there's enough questions that makes me want to see the next episode, enough questions that makes me want to see previous episodes. It's like, well, how does this tie in, or what did I miss?
I will say that this episode definitely felt like the weakest of the 4, but still enough that I thought it was like that sequence of running from whatever that creature was and what that was all about, the priest. That whole sequence there was very fantastic cinematography.
Oh, I loved it.
That was great.
Coming out from the crevice,
that
of the
jump,
wall.
coming out like that, but then doing it one more time,
that was perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
That was perfect because you always get that one trope. It's like, and then they pulled off and that's it. Doing it twice like that was freaking.
And then, as
awesome.
you mentioned, the whole scream at the end was also kind of cool as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I enjoyed the way they did that.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of the misdirects, because it's like she's going through or taking her and Mark Steven, and splitting them up so she can basically face her truth, something that she kind of felt but wasn't sure.
Correct.
And Harl being the annoying villain, but really good villain, putting it out there. It's like, look, you just need to face it and then decide on what you're going to do with that.
Wake up!
What I thought was interesting though is how after he had that conversation with her and she goes back in there to face Mark Steven, how her face changed.
Yep. I thought she was
like,
gonna shoot him. Yep.
Is she possessed?
Yep.
Because that's how she looked.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that is just rage.
Yep.
And I get it. Now, Mark doing what he did, I'm wondering if it was on purpose.
What do you mean?
Okay. He's been with Khonshu for however long, right?
Right.
So, he knows, he has an idea of how Khonshu works. Being part of each other, there's some things that Khonshu's going to tell him, or he may know indirectly because of Khonshu's power. All right. So, considering that he doesn't have the full power, I'll say full power for this reason alone. It's stripped of him, but Khonshu is like, I don't trust that the gods have the best interests for humanity anymore, which is why I decided to step away and do this.
Right.
And I know the decision I'm making, they're going to encase me in stone, and there's no one that can do it, but she could save me, or tell Mark to save me. So he leaves a sliver of power with him.
Perhaps.
And the sliver of power
all along.
Right, and it could be a sliver of power as like a beacon, if you wanted to say.
Because that's what a few people actually pointed out was like, okay, you were banished the last time you called upon the gods, so we have to make a concrete case. His whole case was basically screaming. And that was it. It was like,
which
what?
didn't make any sense. And then on the other side, Haru was like, well, he's just saying this because he's crazy and da-da-da. And it's like, as gods, why wouldn't you go look at it? That's one thing that did kind of bother me. It's like, you've been here this long. You've been dealing with humans for how long? Humans are fallible. Who's to say he's not lying? True. Why not check it out? Why not why not banish both of them? That kind of thing. So it's like, all right, they were very, very lax with that because of Khonshu's history, possibly. So Khonshu does that. Mark, to save Layla, give her time to run, he makes the sacrifice, decides to do whatever he's going to do. He knows he can't beat, what was that, 15, 20 people without the power, or enough power to put on a full suit, but maybe enough power to save his life.
Okay.
So he decides to do that, knowing he's going to get shot. He still has what they want, and he just fell. Now, his mind being trapped in between the parallels, so to speak, I did not expect that at all.
Right. That was interesting.
There's no way to even fib that. It's like I had no idea what was going on.
That was very interesting.
All those different personalities running around. Now, I thought about this after the comment we made while watching it. Those aren't Mark's personalities. Those are the personalities that Khonshu has inhibited over time.
Oh.
And they're all wanting to get out because they're tied together, tethered together because of Khonshu. So it's like that lady was like, I wish you would say because he's basically calling bingo, but bingo means it's your turn.
Right, correct.
So okay, that's kind of interesting. Now, if it comes to where all those personalities were inside of Mark's body because of Khonshu, that's even deeper. It's a lot deeper than we expected, because that's not something that gets touched on in other stories.
Well, let's not forget that his wife was up, right? And like that was the whole thing, was like, oh, we won, like that.
Right.
Like,
but that's the other thing. It's like his wife being there, it's like,
but that was something Khonshu was saying all the time.
He sees everything around, but he sees everything around him, and it's an obscured view. So it's like the therapist is Haru. But what does Haru act like? A therapist, right? A little evil. The guards being the cops, stuff like that, people in authority that are preventing you from doing what you want to do. So they all fit their narratives perfectly. Okay. Stephen being a moniker of that character from a movie that almost no one's seen, which is why it doesn't stand out to anybody. And it's like, that's genius. Right. It's genius, but at the same time, it's like, what is it that I'm missing? What is it you're trying to tell me in this episode that I'm missing? Because I feel like I'm missing something in that last, 10 minutes? Right. There's something being said.
Oh, there's definitely some symbolism, like something.
And there's symbols
but
everywhere.
it'll come to light, I'm sure, next episode or so. Yeah.
I just hope I can figure some of that out before the next episode. That's why I'm like, it's not only because I like that it's not a simple show where it's like, okay, A to B, and then that's it. It leaves you thinking afterwards.
It's a groovy mystery.
It is. And to the director, thank you so much, because you are making something that I had little to no knowledge of. Not just with the character, but Egyptian mythology and things. So fascinating. Oh my goodness. Thank you. And to, the studios and all that kind of stuff. No, Azaz.
Full reaction on Patreon. We're done for today. Don't forget to check out Atlas.
I'm sorry. What did you think of it?
Don't forget Atlas VPN, $1.99 a month right now.
For 3 years?
For 3 years. Please check that out. That's the best deal right now. That's the talk of the town right now.
And the most recent episode of Moon Knight. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the Patreon.
We'll talk to you on next week. Peace.
Peace.